The information and discussions shared on The Love Show are from personal accounts and experiences. Listener discretion is advised. This episode contains explicit language and frank discussions of adult themes or sexual content that may not be suitable for all audiences. Any communications, considerations, or recommendations are not a substitute for medical, psychological, or licensed professional help in wellness or recovery. Please seek a qualified practitioner regarding specific needs or concerns. We thank you and hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome to The Love Show, an exploration of love, romance, relationships, and sacred sexuality. This is your invitation to dive deeper into your innermost self and strengthen the bonds of love and intimacy. Jennifer Rose is an international psychic medium, transformational guide, channel, writer, and healer. With the help of fellow trailblazers, Jennifer's mission is to combine timeless wisdom and modern spiritual awareness to transform and evolve humanity, all while encompassing healthy transformative love, epic beauty, and divine connection. Now here is your host, Jennifer Rose.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to The Love Show. I'm Jennifer Rose, and we are on the Sacred Spiral Network. How was your weekend, everybody? I hope it was fabulous, and I hope you're getting geared up for a really good week ahead. And so happy that you're all here joining me today. Today is a very special night. I have a dear friend and colleague joining me, Miss Lynne Juneau, who is a fabulous psychic medium, also known as the Ribbon Lady, because she does the most fabulous ribbon readings. And so very excited to have her joining me in just a few minutes. How have you been doing, everybody? I know the energy last week was what I'm calling kind of a silly little term, is a little bit wackadoodle, but I do expect a little bit better return this week for everybody too. So that gets me to my announcements. We have plenty of shows coming up on the Sacred Spiral Network throughout the week. And coming up on this Friday is my sister show, Embracing Infinity. And we have a fabulous astrology update with my good friend, astrologer and healer, Danny Santos. So you won't want to miss that. So please do join me this coming Friday at noon Pacific and 8 p.m. in the UK. Also, everybody, this coming Sunday is my For the Love of Spirit Sunday spiritual service. I have my dear friend Jeffrey Dennison joining me as our guest speaker. He is an amazing, eloquent, and powerful speaker, full of philosophical wisdom, full of love, full of beauty, full of all things magical. So you want to make sure that you join us for that. And of course, we will be having mediumship, healing, poetry, love, and all things magical. So please do join us. It is our last Sunday service before a little summer break, and we'll be returning in September. And you can sign up for that on mediumjenniferrose.com to get the Zoom link. And if you're around early on Sunday morning, I have a really kind of special announcement. I'm going to be on the Next Level Soul. That's going to be airing, broadcasting at 4:30 a.m. my time in the Pacific time, but I'm very excited to be on this. So it's a fun adventure for me. So hopefully you can join. We can have a little bit of watch party over in the comments together. With that said, I'd love to say hi to everybody who's joined us. I saw Miss Karen Bonofilio is with us here today. Beautiful show earlier today, Karen. Love you, my friend. Love you, my queen. Me and my shadow. Great to see you again, dear friend. Thank you for joining us. Glenda, hello to you too. Good evening. Thank you for being here. Lots of love to everybody. Thank you for those little hashtag lives. They do help Facebook and YouTube know that we're doing something kind of fun and good here. So it puts it in the feed and lets more people know and come and join us for this special occasion. I also see my MZ, Michael's in the house. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. The Queen of Sparkle and Fashion, Nancy Maritala, is here as well. Good to see you, Queen. Thank you for being here. Lots of love to you. And the beautiful Kim Princess joining us also. Great to see you, Kim Princess. Lovely Jennifer McCormick, 2 a.m. in the UK. That's love. So thank you for being here, Miss Jennifer. Lots of love to you. She's always coming and supporting all of our lives. So a dear friend of our community. I saw Dee here as well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. So happy that you're here. Brenda as well. Good to see you, Brenda. Thank you for joining us. Rohan, thank you for joining us. So look, a lot of people are here to see Miss Lynne. Wow, I think you're excited to hear her story. And it's a magical one indeed, I have to tell you. So I promise not to talk too much longer as we get all caught up with our hellos with everybody here. Lucille, hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. I'm so happy that you are here as well. And Vladimir, I'm so happy that you're here as well, joining us. Great to see all of you. Thank you so much. And of course, you're all having fun to saying hi to each other in the chat as well, too. So hello, Cheryl. Thank you for being here, too. Okay, everybody. Much love to y'all. Can a messy past lead to a perfectly divinely orchestrated love? Oh, yes, it can. Tonight is an incredible soul-stirring interview with our beloved psychic medium and intuitive guide, Lynne Juneau. Lynne is opening up about her powerful journey through 3 marriages, infidelity, bankruptcy, and sobriety to find her true soulmate, James, near the age of 50. Discover how a psychic prediction, unwavering faith, and a deep awareness of past life connections guided Lynne to recognize that the right one was always out there. This is a story about the hand of God, ultimate synchronicity, and the beautiful broken road that leads straight to true love. Our beautiful Lynne Juneau is a full-time psychic medium, intuitive guide, and energy healer, known for her signature ribbon readings and her podcast, Kaleidoscope of the Soul. That's every 2 weeks on Friday, everybody on the Sacred Spiral Network. With a background spanning sales and private investigation, how cool. Lynne helps clients embrace their own messy and beautiful stories to find profound transformation. And on top of that, she's just a love, a beautiful, beautiful soul. You can find Lynne at lynnejuneau.com, on Facebook and Instagram at Lynne Juneau, on YouTube at Lynne Juneau as well. And her podcast is Kaleidoscope of the Soul on the Sacred Spiral Network. She also does live readings on the Spirit is Everywhere Facebook page every other Wednesday. So she's one busy gal. So how about we welcome in the beautiful and wonderful and magnificent Lynne Juneau.
Oh my goodness, what a lovely introduction. Thank you, Miss
So
Jennifer.
happy that you're here. And hello to our friends who have joined us, including the amazing and fabulous Brian Lahr. Okay.
Mr. Wizard is in the house. Woohoo!
He's in the house. He really gave you a good shout out earlier too while we were both putting our makeup on.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, thank you everybody in MZ. Oh my gosh, I feel so supported and so loved coming on today.
I know. Aren't we blessed? Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Ed Odell. Tip top hat to you, my friend Ed. Good to see you all too. So we're all getting caught up. Hello, Lucille. See, we got a lot of people here to see you here today, Lynne.
How about that?
All right. Okay. So you have a pretty exciting, fabulous, and amazing story to tell. Like, you've been through a lot, but it has a really happy ending. Do you hear that, people? Happy endings are a real thing. We can do this. We got this. Okay. Where should we start, Miss Lynne? Do you want to start when you were little, just to kind of give us a little bit of a background of like how all of this came to be?
Thank you. Yes. And don't worry, folks, I won't go back to when we were little amoebas. We won't go back that far. Too much. However, what I want to bring out in describing our love story is the synchronicities and what kept bringing us together and the things we had in common, which are kind of wild. So, and I know this is giving away my age, but who the heck cares, right? So I was born March 8th, 1954, and James was born December 30th, 1953. There's only 9 weeks between us, y'all. And so one of the things we're aware of is that we decided to come in very, very close to the same time. So we're basically the same age, right? But James grew up in rural Louisiana, in a little tiny town, right? Oh my gosh, when we talk about, they were really poor. But he had a happy childhood. He had the run of the town. His parents adored him. He had siblings he got along with. You know, he had a lot of freedom. So he grew up a little wild, and that's one of the things we have in common, because we feel sorry for people that are growing up more recently, right? Because safety is such a big concern now, right? And when I grew up also, I had the run of my small town in Southern California. So here's James growing up in Louisiana, and I'm growing up in Antelope Valley, which is high desert here in California. And I had a nice, middle class background, pretty comfortable. And James was raised Pentecostal. I was also raised in a religious environment, but it was Lutheran. So I went to a Lutheran school all the way through 8th grade. So we both had this strong religious background. So one of the other synchronicities that happened with us, sadly, are some tragedies at about the same age. So when James was 12, his father passed. And a year and a half later, his mother passed. So by the age of 13, James and his 3 siblings were orphans. And one of them was already married, but James and his brother and sister were like, what do we do now? And when I was 12, we lost my youngest brother in a car accident. So right at that age of 12, we both got slammed, with some hard stuff. Okay?
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot at young teenagers. I mean, literally, you're just transitioning into a major phase of life, and that happens.
Yeah,
Talk about initiation.
yeah. Our family was never the same, needless to say. Okay. James's family, they didn't have anybody in the family who was willing to take 3 kids. So the kids got split up. And long story short, fortunately, James's oldest sister, who was married, took him and his sister, and they ended up living in a number of places in the United States. And his brother-in-law, eventually, as he grew up, got him into the oil business. All right. So by the age of 18, James was working on oil rigs, and he's still in the oil business. He's still working out there on the oil rigs. Of course, more as a supervisor, not a floor hand. But anyway, that's how that started. So my life was more stable. I stayed here in Southern California and, had this nice middle class upbringing, except for that tragedy. And the other thing that's part of my story is my sobriety. So I want to talk about the fact that from as soon as I could get a hold of some alcohol, I was enjoying it. If I could sneak it, if I could steal it, by the time I was 13, 14, not all the time, but enough to where,
So this started as a teenager, and it was beyond normal experimentation, because all of us teenagers kind of did that a little here and there in the, a little bit of, but
Yeah.
you were a little bit more than that, which would make
more.
sense. You had just had this tragic happening in your life. It would make sense.
Yeah. James, on the other hand, I don't know what kind of wisdom his old soul had, but he watched in his small town in Louisiana, the local town drunk falling down and going to sleep in the alleys, and said, "What's wrong with that guy?" They said, "Well, he's drunk." And James at that point made up his mind he was never going to make a fool of himself and do that. And the first time he smoked a cigarette with the boys, he said, "Oh, bleh." So he didn't drink, didn't smoke. So, as I got older, by the time I was 18, I was in the direction of a wild child, and it was the early 70s, and it was party time, y'all.
You're kind of opposite. I mean, it tends to be more of the male tends to be the one who's the partier, and the female tends to be the little bit more, well-mannered or well-behaved one, but you kind of did a little flipperoo. You were the naughty one. Okay.
We really were. I want y'all to know that I spent years corrupting James. This has been my pleasure. It's been so fun to get him
How
to
has
go
he
on
received
that.
this, Lynn? How has he received the corruption? And hi to our friends here who joined us.
I'll tell you, his life was so boring until I came into it. Now, I've been sober a while, okay, and that's part of our story. But let me go back a little bit. So here's James, 18, 19 years old, making a good living in Colorado in the oil fields, and he meets this beautiful woman, Penny, okay, who's all of 16 years old, okay?
Oh,
Where they came from Louisiana, and even though they met in Colorado, that was, by the time girls are 14, 15, that's marrying age, no problem. So they're 19 and 16, get married, have 3 kids. Now, happily for me, since I don't have any biological children, I have 4 terrific stepkids, thanks to James's 2 ex-wives. Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. I didn't
aw.
have to do that. And they're great people, and they're part of our lives today, right? Oh my gosh. But okay, so here I am in California. I got married in 1976, and later on we'll show some of these pictures, which are too much fun. So I got married the first time in 1976. James was married by 1973 and having kids and moving around the country, chasing down oil jobs. Well, he and his wife, God bless them, they were just babies when they got married. They really weren't compatible. And she wandered off with a neighbor of theirs. Their kids used to play together. They all went to the same church. They lived on the same block. Those two fell in love, and James's marriage to her went, forget it. And I know his first wife. I'm grateful to her for bringing these children into the world. And this other man really was her soulmate. They're still together today after all these decades.
Aw.
So that was
So
her
it kind of all worked out in the end. Painful in the beginning, but it worked out in the end. And you two ended up together also.
We did. And the reason I bring that up is because James got married again in 1991, and to another gorgeous woman. I'm telling you, he picked the most beautiful women to make babies with. They're good looking people, I'm telling you. And
Well, you're not so bad yourself, Miss Lynn.
thank you. Thank you. He thinks so, fortunately for me. If he ever changes his eyeglass prescription, I may be in trouble. But
No.
so far, thank you. So far, so good. So he married the younger woman, Vicky. James had 2 of his 3 kids to raise. He needed help. He worked long hours. Vicky had 2 kids to raise. She needed some financial help. They got together, but she was almost too young to be a stepmother to his kids. And this was button heads and not great. But she had a boy, Daniel, who's still in our lives. Happily, Daniel came along. That was our gift from that. But that marriage only lasted a few years. And what happened to that? Okay. She took up with a friend of theirs and started a romance and moved all the way from California to Oregon. So James had 2 marriages where friends of his stole his wives.
Oh, dear. And he's like, is there going to be a happy ending for me now, God?
He was beat up. He was beat up pretty bad. And to this day, he is not especially anxious to make friends with other couples. He checks out the guys really well before he goes there, right? They'd better be top-notch people. So he's doing that. That takes him into the early 90s, okay? And I was with my first husband a total of about 7 years. We were in California, we were in Texas, but my first husband, Frank, and I were partying, and this was the he kept being unfaithful to me, quite honestly. And I had a choice to make, okay? I could either dump him, and I was really young and I really did love him. I really loved him. We decided to have an open marriage. I'm sorry for laughing because
How modern of you. I mean, that would not be, super surprising in today's age, but back then that'd be pretty modern, I would say.
our
Aw.
attitudes about it now are a little bit different. But I will
Yeah.
tell you that at that time in the early 70s, my experience of it, it was an unmitigated disaster. It was just awful.
So we tried it, but no, we don't like that. Okay.
Okay, after a year, I mean, we hurt each other bad,
Oh,
bad, because we had an agreement. We weren't gonna. The agreement kind of fell apart. So he found out exactly what I was doing, and at the same, he fathered a child by another woman during
oh
that.
my.
I mean, this was. I do not recommend open marriage. I just.
This is kind of like the days of our lives.
There was quite a bit of drama.
But I mean,
so
you know, it's Earth. Of course, it's going to be full of drama. It's planet Earth. I mean, look where we live.
I have not had a boring life, and
Okay.
the reason I'm
So are you
so
still with
open-
Frank? Okay, so you're still with Frank while James has already finished with marriage number 2? Just so I'm getting the timeline right.
No. Oh, I'm telling you, I had to study the timeline.
this is-
I'm going to flunk
Okay,
the
this
test
is sort of
my own life.
consecutive. Okay, all right. So
Okay,
Frank,
so
Frank and
he's-
you don't work out. we
By
tried,
by-
but that didn't work.
Yeah, by about 1990, 91, Frank and we're splitting up. James stayed married to wife number 2 till 1995. So his son was 2 years old when
Okay.
Vicky took off, right? My marriage was so awful. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
It wasn't just the infidelity. I was trying to get through college and we were moving to various states, trying to get through college. And my first husband would do things like taking off during finals and disappearing overnight.
Oh dear.
So I would be a nervous wreck trying to take my college finals. And I found out
Was
later.
this to go party? Was this to go party?
Yeah.
Okay.
His
Usually that's
partying.
what happens when they disappear like that. Yeah.
Being with other women, and it was so painful and so destructive.
Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
a couple of funny instances in that I could share. He was out very late one night drinking, and we lived out in the country then. And we had firearms in the house. And I knew how to use them. And he
Oh
tried
my.
to come in very quietly one night and tiptoe into the house. And I was sitting up in bed with a gun propped up on my knee, and I said, "You really should make a little more noise when you come in."
Oh.
I should have shot him right then and there. He was a terrible husband, but never mind. I had my chance and I blew it, y'all. Just kidding.
Oh my.
That's not spiritual. That's not spiritual. What kind of show are you running here, Jennifer Rose? Oh,
It's
God.
after hours, Lynn. It's all right.
Oh,
It's after
yeah.
hours.
All the kids go like this. Okay. So,
I think you got a few laughs from your friends here, Major.
God.
It's all good.
oh God, I hope so.
Wild Wild West. I know, right? It really is the Wild Wild West. It's cowboys and cowgirls gone crazy. Like, wow. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Oh God.
Don't mess with Lynn. Miss Ashley says, don't mess with Lynn. She says, no, don't mess with Lynn.
You know what I just remembered, Miss Jennifer?
Oh.
There was a spiritual component in that breakup too, because I went to a psychic out in Antelope Valley when I was trying to decide whether to dump this husband of mine or not. And I think she was a good psychic, really. And she told me some things that resonated. She was right on. She goes, "I know you're torn and I know you came here." And she said all she could hear was static. It was like the voices coming in. There were so many different voices and so much confusion. She said, "I can't really give you a clear answer, except I think that you're going to hang in there for, I think she said, another 3 to 5 years before you finally give up. And something in me just snapped. And I thought, if I stay with this joker another 3 to 5 years with his shenanigans, I'll be a crazy woman. I will not survive this. I still look back on that and wonder, because I was going to Cal State Northridge and I was on the dean's list taking psychology classes. And if I could have tolerated him a few more years, I could have gotten my degree in psychology. But I couldn't stand it, and I left. All right. So
now there was another psychic thing too, but that was the first one, right? Was there another psychic thing? And they're all calling you little Annie Oakley now. Annie, get your gun.
You're all focused on that gun.
Do you know I was in an Annie Get Your Gun play as a kid, and I played one of Frank's girls. No, you can't.
All right.
Yes, I can.
All right.
All right.
Come to Montana.
Back to you, Lynn.
Will do.
Lynn, come to Montana and wrangle up.
I've been to Montana. It's
Wrangle
beautiful.
them.
It's beautiful. Oh my God.
All right. All right. This is too fun. Okay. All right. Where are we next? But I knew the psychic thing happened because this was an important piece, but I think there was another psychic piece, right?
Well, there's several. And you know what?
Okay.
I think I said 1990 we broke up. It was 1980 because I wasn't.
Okay.
I misspoke. I'm telling you, I had to write
That's
down
okay.
a timeline.
That's
I'm like,
okay.
what?
So you took the psychic's advice and said, no, 3 to 5 years, I'm out. Over and out. Roger that. Is that pretty much what happened? Okay.
That's what happened.
Got it.
So I was out of there, and I struggled financially all through the 80s. I had a very, very tough time supporting myself, and I was drinking and dabbling in other things, but mainly drinking. And I became a private investigator during that time. Also, by the mid 80s, I was doing investigations, and I was a private investigator in California for like 7 years, but I wasn't sober right away. That certainly would have helped things. I didn't get sober until, so James is over here. I didn't get sober till 1988. So during all that partying, as a single woman, very risky behavior. The crazy things alcoholic women often do, taken off with, the wrong guy, a guy you don't really know. I could have been in that movie, Mr. Goodbar, if I had not been. I was just fortunate. I have angels that look after me big time.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm lucky I even survived a lot of that stuff. By
some souls, Lynn, when they come down to earth, they want an adventure. Do you think maybe you were one of them?
I'm telling you, in 1972 in California, they made 18-year-olds adults. March 1st, 1972. March 8th, 1972, Lynn turned 18. And on March 10th, she left home. Do I like my freedom? Do I like adventure? Oh, hell yes.
Spoken like a Pisces.
Yep. I was up for my freedom and adventure. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, let's see. By 1988, I was scaring myself, and that's it. And I'd been going to anything anonymous meetings where all these different people, all these different problems. I was there for codependency, but after sitting there for a while, I said, "Wait a minute, I definitely have a drinking problem," and I got sober in there, and I did. Anybody who's been part of AA or 12-step program, and a lot of us have, all right, you'll relate to this.
I used to go to the codependent meetings when I was much younger.
Did you?
Yeah. I caught it very early in life. Yeah. So I know that. Yeah.
Oh, I was codependent.
And then I got a boyfriend who was from one of the other meetings. So yeah, that didn't work out. So.
Oh, those meetings? Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
They shouldn't have them right next door to each other. It was bad.
Oh yeah. There in my Everything Anonymous meeting, there were sexaholics, overeaters, people with sugar addictions, codependents, alcoholics, and drug addicts. And the people that were sex addicts, I would always go, oh, dang, that almost sounds like fun, all that stuff they're doing. But hey, never mind. Um, so
We're having a lot of fun in the comments. They're all welcome. They're all welcoming you to Montana, and they're telling their wild child stories over here. And yeah, so you're in good company, Miss Lynne. You are not alone.
Did I get a boyfriend from a meeting? How many boyfriends did I get from meetings? Are you kidding?
I bet you did. I bet you did.
There's a saying in AA, if you come here looking for love, the odds are good, but the goods are odd.
They also have that 13th step thing, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So you have to be careful because that's a real thing. Mm-hmm.
Well, they needed to be careful of me. Never mind the other way.
Well, that was for, I had to be careful of that because, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
So 2 weeks into getting sober, this young man from the church I was going to, I went to this like metaphysical church, and I knew his whole family. He asked me to marry him 2 weeks into my sobriety, and I said yes.
Oh my. How much dopamine was your brain flooded with, Lynne?
I'm telling you, this is the height of insanity. And this was
the height of dopamine.
Oh, just, bang my head against
God bless your brain.
There were benefits to that, okay? There were benefits.
Oh, no.
I'm not
so bad. Arnie's like, I gotta start drinking again and going to meetings.
I just saw Arnie's comment.
You're gonna find you a young, vulnerable, codependent.
Oh yeah,
we know you're kidding, darling. We know. Okay, we just, but okay, all right. So where are we?
Okay, so in this story, we're in 1988. Lynne's newly sober, and she spends the next 9 months planning a wedding. So,
by the way, congratulations getting sober.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Very hard thing to do in life. You deserve big accolades.
Thank you. It's been a lot.
Ooh, I got chills. So some of that is from Spirit, my love. They are telling you how proud they are.
Thank you. It is by the grace of God, and it's a big deal. Yeah.
That's why they got that song, Amazing Grace. Okay. All right. So you're planning a wedding while sober. Good job.
And it gave me something
to focus on.
Gave me something to focus on. So I didn't drink. And the other thing it did, I became aware at some point, I had a past life with that whole family. So my husband, his sister, and his parents, I knew them in a past life in the Appalachians, and I was part of that family. And we had some bad karma to clean up because that lifetime did not go well for me. And it was my task this lifetime to play out that whole scenario and to walk away, which the marriage only lasted 9 months. It was just not suitable at all. Okay.
Just long enough to give birth to a new you.
Yes.
Right? Just saying.
Clean that up. Oh my gosh.
And doesn't it take the heaviness of the things we go through in life? They're very hard and they come with a lot of pain and a lot of emotions. But when we get the bigger lens of like lifetimes and purposes, and then we kind of understand that a lot of this happened, had been planned. We made some agreements, these things, so that we would have the placements intact for us to be able to do what we came here to do. And it kind of takes the heaviness away a little bit. Does that make sense? It gives us something to kind of go, oh, okay, we see the bigger picture. And I think that helps us to move on a little bit. Would that have been the case for you when you did your past life work?
Absolutely, it did. And the past life aspect came in a number of times. There were points in my life where I was very stuck, maybe in a bad relationship, or I did not, I was doing things that were not logical, couldn't understand, why did I sign up for this? And thank God I had the resources to find people to help me with past life regression and help make sense of it, which enabled me to walk away from some bad situations.
So proud of you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yay.
So
You got a
let's
lot of
see.
congratulations, by the way, too. Yeah. Yeah. You have so much support. You are very loved, Miss Lynn. So I hope you can take all this love in, because it's big. Yeah.
When
You
I
got
saw
big love.
how many people were noticing even the posters for this, I went, oh my God.
I know.
And thank you everybody for joining
We're
us.
so blessed. Yeah, we are so blessed. Okay. All right.
Okay,
Lynn.
so back to the story. So I'm bumping around. Here we go into the 90s, and James, let's see, his second marriage broke up in 95, and for the next, okay, his marriage to the gorgeous younger lady who took off. Okay. James graduated high school and went straight to work in the oil fields. He is a very bright man. You know James. He's inherently
Yes, I
bright,
do.
but he didn't have a lot of education. And one of her last insults to James was to call him a dumb hillbilly.
Oh.
So
Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
she didn't. Oh.
So in addition to breaking his heart, she insulted him. Okay. So he spent the next 7 years of his life not dating and reading voraciously. When I met James, he had almost nothing in his apartment except a small table, a chair, his bed. His roommates' beds were in the other room, and stacks of books. And he read for 7 years.
Wow.
And educated himself. And he loved philosophy, and he read science and philosophy and just a broad spectrum of things.
Oh.
Because he wasn't going to be called that again, and because he had a sense that he had a sense that his right mate was out there and that she was really bright, and he wanted to be ready. So he spent 7 years educating himself. In the meantime, I went through a couple of bad engagements, all these different boyfriends, and in the meantime, it became a joke with my family because most of my boyfriends were named Jim or Jimmy or James. Husband number 2 was James Jr. Okay, he was a James, not Jim, James. Okay, so my family expected that every time I brought home a new boyfriend, his name was going to be Jim, Jimmy, or James. It was hilarious, right?
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, where are we? Where are we in this timeline? Oh gosh.
So he was reading, waiting for the one to show up because he had a sense about you. And then
Right.
you've been divorced twice and dating here and there. And
He's been
so I
divorced
think we're
twice.
close to the part where
we
you're
meet.
like, who's out there for me, right?
Yeah, we better start talking about what finally brought us together. After all these boyfriends, I took a break for a year. I didn't date any. That was hard for me. I was like celibate for a year. And then I figured out that it wasn't the male population that was the problem. It was my man picker. My man picker's always been broken. It's like, my family would go, where do you find these people? I don't know. Anyway, so I decided to, get back in the dating world. So I'm gonna jump forward now. My second engagement, like 2001, we had 9/11. It was at that point I was thinking of breaking up with this guy. And when 9/11 happened, I changed my mind and I hung on to that crummy relationship for a while longer into 2002. But in March of 2002, that's what I want to talk about because all these divine synchronicities started coming in. So in March of 2002, James told, okay, I forgot to explain something. James is psychically gifted, but nothing like me. He's not a psychic medium. We used to take psychic development classes together. He can do readings. He's gifted, but his main thing is when he needs to know something big, his guides will come and do a dump. Yeah, like boom, he gets the whole thing. He does
a big download.
Big download. James doesn't meditate. He doesn't sit in the power. Makes me a little nuts. When he needs something, they drop it in. So March 2002, he's held, I'm done reading. Where's my right mate? 7 years. I've been by myself. I'm done. They go, are you ready? He goes, yeah, I'm all educated. And they go, well, she's beautiful and she's smart and she's sexy. Are you sure you're ready? He goes, sure. Of course I am. All right. Same month, I'm taking psychic classes from this gal in Orange County, and she does a reading for me. And she goes, Mr. Right is in the area. He's here. And you'll meet him during the upcoming Christmas holidays if you're by yourself. If there's another man anywhere in the picture, he won't come around. He has too much integrity. He won't break up a relationship to get to you. So if you want him, you got to clear the decks. So I left my crummy engagement. I escaped from it because he didn't want to let me go. And my finances were a mess because I had been supporting both of us for about a year. And they were a mess. And I took on I worked 2 and 3 jobs for about 6 months trying to avoid bankruptcy. And I had close to a nervous breakdown. I can't do that sort of thing. I just can't. So by October that year, I filed bankruptcy. I thought, okay, I wasn't going to take my financial problems into a new relationship either. So that had to be behind me one way or the other. So by November, I was starting to date again. And I was considering James and 2 other guys. And 2 of my girlfriends who are psychically gifted listen to me talk about these 3 guys, and they go, it's James. I said, you haven't even met him. What are you talking about? I said, this guy doesn't talk. He barely talks. I had met him, by then, of course. And he's kind of a country bumpkin. I said, he can't be Mr. Right. They go, it's him. Trust us. I went, oh my God. So here's what brought me and James together. I was taking psychic development classes with a guy named Ruben, who became a friend of James's because they both love philosophy and they were trying to write a book together. And James used to go do a lot of his reading because he would work 7 days on, 7 days off at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, and Ruben worked there. So Ruben got to know him. James's nickname at that time was the Invisible Man. He didn't talk. He had lowered his energy to such a point that people would literally trip over him sometimes and not even be aware he was there.
That's not the James I know.
It's hard for people to believe now because I can't shut him up. And he's funny and he's smart.
He's very sparkly. He's all smiles. He's all things magical. Yeah. I got to meet him. He adopted me.
He did. He's daddy-o to our dear Jennifer Rose. He would love to have had another daughter, and he's old enough to be your dad, so that would have been very cool.
It worked out nicely.
It did. So our friend Ruben played matchmaker, bringing us together.
Okay.
And we have a past life with Ruben, James and I do. A friend of mine who's a trance medium in Arizona, Summer Bacon. That's really her name, Summer Bacon.
Wow.
Channels James Martin Peebles, and she brought forward a past life James and I had in Arizona way back, even before what we think of as cowboy days in the 1800s. He said it was farther back than that, right? But I did want to talk also a little bit about the past life component of our relationship. In this past life, James ended up being my foster dad because I was a little white girl that ended up living with the Indians for a while after my family had been killed somehow. And they didn't want to keep a little white girl any longer, and they were friends with James, who was a cowboy. They did some trading with him, I guess, and said, would you please take this child off our hands? So James ended up in this other lifetime raising me. And I bring that up, and Reuben was in that story too. He was our buddy. We were all supposed to be finding food together, but Reuben took off one day to have some kind of adventure and didn't come back. Anyway, I wanted to bring this up partly because marriages are complex. They have a lot of different facets. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
And one of the lovely, comforting facets of our relationship is that nurturing, parenting energy that James has towards me, which is not in all marriages or all relationships. And that's what it comes from. And sadly, in that lifetime, there was not enough food. And when James went off to go hunting for more food and left me alone, I found some pyracantha, little red berries, and those are poisonous.
Thanks.
And I ate the berries, and it's pretty sad. I died, and that old cowboy never got over it. He never got over it.
I can feel that lifetime. He was devastated. And he blamed himself, didn't he?
He did.
Oh, I can feel it. Ooh.
So James takes
Poor James.
Poor
He
James.
takes very good care of you. He's very protective of you. Yes, he is.
And
Yeah.
James is a 6 life path this time, and that's the number of the parent and the nurturer.
Ah.
And I couldn't have biological children this lifetime. My parts they were all messed up. But James had to be a father this lifetime. So I am grateful to the 2 other wives he had for having these wonderful children that I now get to enjoy, right? And James and I have actually made an agreement, because we've had numerous lifetimes together. We're going to find each other again after this lifetime. And next time we're going to make pretty babies.
That reminds me of the movie Where Dreams May Come with Robin Williams, and at the end of the movie, they're like, you want to go do it again? And next thing you know, they're little kids again, and they're meeting on the dock with their toy boats and everything. It was really cute. That ending was really cute.
I love that movie. I have a copy of it somewhere. Totally resonates. Okay, so James and I, this fast forward to just before we meet. All right. Reuben's trying to play matchmaker. And I talked to James on the phone. And when I hadn't met him yet, hadn't seen him. And when we got done, I called Reuben. I go, what is with this guy? I could barely understand him. Is he Southern? Does he have a speech impediment, or is he Black? I can't understand this guy. And Reuben was busting up laughing. He goes, no. He's a white guy, but he's from the deep South, and he is hard to understand. I go, whoa, okay. And James was also getting his teeth worked on at that time, which made him a little even harder to understand. Okay.
Yeah.
I was being very cautious, and before I met him, Reuben introduced me to James's son, Michael, who was living with him at the time. And he goes, I can tell you what James looks like. He looks like an older version of his son, Michael. And
Aww.
Michael was gorgeous, and they did look a lot alike. So I met Michael. And at one of our brief first meetings before a first date, we met at Krispy Kreme over at the block at Orange, California, back when Krispy Kreme was, popular. Mm-hmm. When James and I parted company, he walked me to my car, and then he was going to return to his car and leave. At that time, out in the oil fields, he'd gotten himself in trouble. And at the age of 49, they had broken him back to being a field hand, a floor hand, not a field, a floor hand. He was doing the physical labor on an oil rig at 49. You're not even supposed to be able to do that. Oh, no. He was thriving. I watched him run across the parking lot like a quarterback, and I went, wow, he was just muscle from head to toe. I said, hey, I'll have me some of that. Oh, looking good, Mr. Juneau. So we finally have our first official date.
Oh, do tell, Lynn.
What's that?
I said, do tell.
Oh, he was looking good. Oh my
This is
God.
great. Oh, this is great.
We're outdoors at the block at Orange having dinner, and we're at one of those sidewalk kind of cafes things. So people are walking by who are shopping and stuff. And there's something about our energy together, always has been, that is unique. And you know, we
Yeah.
connect very, very easily. Oh, Jess's husband is in the oil field too. Woohoo! Yeah. Drill, baby, drill. Okay. So we're outside eating, and this couple is walking by in more ways than one. Okay. So this couple is walking by. She's going to lose it. She's going to.
Oh my God.
Okay.
This is one of the best shows I've been.
You like this? I'm glad you're liking this. I didn't know how
We
this
got
was
pictures,
going.
everybody. Don't leave. We got some pictures to share.
So first date,
Oh my God.
we're at dinner
Okay.
at the block at Orange. And
Okay,
this
block it orange.
couple walks by and says, "Oh, you two look like such a terrific couple. How long have you been together?" Because bear in mind, we're both close to 50 at this time. And I was wearing a watch back then. Look at my watch. I go, about 45 minutes now. The two of us look like salt and pepper shakers. You know, we look like a set, like we belong together. Where is James? Is hiding in the bedroom, Stacia. He just got home from work, and he
Hi,
don't want
Daddy-o.
but I'll show you a picture of him. I'll show you a picture, everybody. Just hang on. So James, when I met him, was so shy. The first 2 dates we went on, he wouldn't order dinner for himself. He made me speak to the
Aw.
waiter. That's how bad life beat up my sweet James. Okay. When I asked God for a new partner, I said, my man picker's broken. You think I should be with somebody? You choose. But I want a man who's strong and masculine and kind. I want him to be kind. My first husband was, he did some terrible things. He really left some scars. Okay. And the second marriage was kind of a fluke and partly karmic. James is a very, very kind man. And I'm telling you, marriage at its best is two people building each other up and bringing the best out in each other. And James and I have done that. So James knew I was almost there. I knew he was on the horizon. So end of 2002, we get together and we're starting to date. And if you guys are thinking from this lovely description that everything fell into place right away, no, it wasn't love at first sight. It wasn't lust at first sight. Not everything worked right away, folks. It just didn't.
Well, that's not a bad thing, because sometimes people, they have that huge kind of bubble, and then it can fizzle out after a few months. So you had more of the build up. Yes?
Our buildup is still happening, but
Well, of course. So you did it your way. You got to know each other. That's not a bad thing. You got to know each other.
we did. But at the beginning, honestly, the romance part of it the sex part of it didn't go so well at first. And I lived on the second floor. My apartment was on the second floor. And one morning, after we'd spent the night together, I'm looking at James, I'm looking at the balcony, and his guide said, she's thinking of throwing you off the balcony. You got to step off. We better step up your game here. And by God, he got another divine download. Whoop. And he got better. And he kept getting better. And it's been 24 years, and he's still getting better. He's doing that.
I'm so happy for you, Lynn.
Capricorn reverse aging thing. I go, dude, you're 72 years old.
Reverse aging is a real thing. You can do it. You can.
He's amazing.
It's true. Yeah,
And if
he
he
is.
hadn't gotten better, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
God bless him and the guide that gave him the download.
Oh my gosh. So once we were a solid couple,
This is too much fun.
That was
Yeehaw!
it.
Kelly Brickle says, yeehaw!
Yeehaw is right.
Oh my God. Okay.
So, I don't know
My shadow says, heck yeah.
how much more time do we have? We're almost
We do need to we probably should get to the photos, my love. Yeah.
Okay.
We got some really cool photos to share with you. And I have a favorite, which is, yeah,
all right.
that's my favorite.
So
all right.
Let me just say quickly before the photos.
Okay.
James and I did move to Arizona. It always felt like home. And we didn't get legally married right away because James had some old problems with the IRS that I did not want to share with him. So we did a hand fasting ceremony, which I have a picture of coming up in 2007 on his birthday. And then August of 2009, we did get legally married. So we're coming up on 15 years this next month of being legally married. But
congratulations, Lynn. Congratulations.
Thank you. It has been a sweet ride. And James, who couldn't even order dinner when we first got together, 10 years after that became a well site manager. And Jess, you'll know what that means. So he went from being a floor hand and doing physical labor and not talking when I met him to being in charge of an entire well site, which is like being the general contractor on a house construction. It's very similar, where you have to coordinate all the vendors and make sure everything's safe and running smoothly. We did that in North Dakota, Jess, and made a boatload of money there for a few years. Holy cow. Those were our glory days. So some of the pictures you are going to see coming up here are from that time because I told James when we were up there during the oil boom, I go, baby, we got all kinds of money. We're looking good. We're not getting any younger. Let's hire a professional photographer and capture this moment. So that's what it's going to show you.
When you said glory days, I started hearing Bruce Springsteen. Glory days.
Indeed.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Are we ready, Miss Kelly? Here we go. Okay, everybody. You're in for a treat. Oh, this is the best.
That's our favorite.
Isn't she hot, everybody? Look at Miss Lynn.
I love this picture of us.
Such
James
a beautiful
looks like
photo.
he just won grand prize,
He does. He looks like the happiest man alive.
And you notice we're wearing the same color. When
Yes.
we showed up, the photographer said, I never encourage couples to wear the same color. And she said, on you, it works. Go ahead.
Oh,
So
that's beautiful.
she said it'll work. So
yeah, I love it. You got so many wonderful comments coming in.
okay, and that's
All
Jack
right.
Fairfield, North Dakota.
That's your man.
That's my man. That's what he does.
Okay. Vivian says, true blue, baby, I love you. All right, there's the cowboy and the cowgirl.
Yeah, speaking of yeehaw, there it is.
Giddy up.
Yeah, don't get me started.
I know, right? If you only knew.
We loved North Dakota. Okay,
Aw,
James
that's a great
and I
picture.
love nothing better than a road trip. And you notice that truck is the same color as the clothes we had on.
It is. I love it.
That was we've had a bunch of trucks. That was our favorite truck. And we had it customized in Kellogg, Idaho at this big truck dealership. Nobody else had a truck exactly like that one because I chose special chrome and a special animal guard for the front of it. That truck was gorgeous.
Love it.
That's us back here in California celebrating James's birthday a couple years ago.
Aw,
That's the effect he has on me. He makes me laugh.
that smile. Yeah. He makes you laugh. Isn't that one of the best traits?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because,
I
we
love
don't
that.
spend all of our time in bed. We got to do other things too.
Well, women are sensitive and emotional, and so it really complements the dynamic between the two of you. And he has such a gorgeous smile too.
Yeah, he does.
So yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's from our hand fasting ceremony in Flagstaff, Arizona, and the lady in blue over on the right is our friend Joey Joseph, who is still in our lives. She's a Reiki master and a
Oh,
wonderful healer. The other gal we've lost track of, but that
yeah.
was in our living room in Flagstaff. We did that ceremony.
Beautiful. Oh,
Oh, okay. That was husband number two, the other James, who was 11 years younger than myself. Does he look like a baby or what? I definitely robbed the cradle that time.
I think you did, Lynn.
A sweet
And
guy.
yeah, but you didn't want to be a mom anymore, so yeah. Okay. I can see why you moved on.
God bless
Okay.
him. It just didn't.
Yeah, God bless him. Okay.
That's husband number one, Frank, not named James, but Frank. And you notice he looks a lot like Jerry Garcia.
He
And
does.
we were definitely we were partying down back then. That was 1976, and we got married in Capitola, up in Northern California,
You look
Monterey,
so,
Capitola.
even though you were partying it up, you look so sweet and innocent there.
I did, didn't I?
You
Managed to do
did.
that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's James, one of the few pictures in existence of him as a child. They didn't have any pictures.
Oh,
I've got
he's
two.
cute.
In
Super
his
cute.
other, I couldn't find it, but in his other kid picture, he looks like Alfalfa from the Little Rascals. He's got a little cowlick thing sticking up in the
I
back.
remember that show. Yeah. I remember that show. Aw.
This is me at about the same age. Just be
Aw.
that hair. Oh my God,
Well,
unbelievable.
that was the style of the day. Wow.
Oh, and eyebrows for days. Oh, good Lord. Okay,
Do
I
we have
think
the one? Do we have the one of you guys getting married, the hand fasting one, or do we not have that one?
we just showed it with the four people standing up.
Oh, no, the one where you were kind of together, just the two of you. I think I saw that one. Okay, maybe we don't have. That's okay. Is this little you?
Yeah, that's little me.
Oh, cute.
I think
It looks
that's
like you're missing your two
the-
front teeth. All I want for Christmas is my two front. You're so freaking adorable.
one of them I think was black because it got hit by a swing. So
Oh no.
yeah, one of my teeth kind of died, and then fortunately, it was a
You got a
big
new one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got a new
yeah, you got a new. This is so
Oh,
cute. Oh my gosh,
Michael's
you're
in.
so cute.
Thank you for indulging me, everybody, and showing some of those old photos.
I know, these are great. These are so great. Okay. That's it. We did it.
That's it on the photos. So I think if you don't mind me just sharing like a couple
Please. Yes,
couple,
yes, yes,
couple
please.
bits of wisdom, because there's just
That
so
was
much
kind of
to
my
this
next
story.
question. So yeah, you made my job easy here. It was
Oh,
like, what do you
wonderful.
want to teach us here tonight after sharing this glorious story?
What I would love to share is that what I think is wonderful and sadly almost unique about me and James is that we are each other's best friends. We're each other's biggest fans. We always have each other's backs. And I think in a lot of marriages, what I've seen is that people are competing with each other, or they're in an adversarial position somehow with each other and playing tug of war. And once we really got together, there's always, regardless of what challenges we have, always that knowing that we are each other's best ally.
Yeah, that's very important, because when, in general, when people get triggered, they can turn a person that they know loves them and that they love into an enemy. It just happens really easy. The mind does that, and so you two have been able to kind of mature out of that pattern, and so that you can always remember that you're on each other's side, even if you do have a little disagreement about something. You know that you're on each other's side. That's, it's love. It's an unconditional love. So you kind of move past your insecurities, because it is our insecurities that kind of sabotage our relationships that are deep down inside. And you two been able to move past that enough so that you're still together and you're still living your happily ever after. See? Happy endings happen, dreams come true, people. There you go. All right. What else would you like to share with us?
The other thing I would share with you all is that we were close to 50 when we found each other. And I know a lot of the time people get to be a bit older, whether it's 50, 60, or 70, and they go, well, it's just not going to happen for me. And I'm here to tell you it still can. And the other thing I've always said about dating and finding the right one is, never mind what the statistics say, never mind the numbers, you only need to find one. That's it.
You only need to find one. And we are at, what, 8 billion people now? There's one, right? At least.
Gotta be. There's gotta be. And I think
be.
we have multiple soulmates.
Dina.
I think James and I are absolutely the right match, but I think we often have more than one soulmate out there, people that we've known before that it can work with. So
Yeah. I love that. And Miss Dina was saying, so important to be best friends. That's beautiful. And Kim Princess is like, I'm 47. There's still hope. Absolutely, Kim.
and Kim, you're beautiful. I have no
She
doubt
is.
there is hope for you, my dear.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dina's saying, yay, I have hope. Woohoo! See, look at Lynn. You're like a fairy godmother tonight, saying, and one for you, and one for you, and one for you, and one for you.
I turned it over to God and let God choose, because if it had been left totally up to me, that country bumpkin wouldn't have been parking his boots under my bed.
Well, it's just so cute, because you're like, God, my man picker's broken. Can you please help me now? I'm willing to let you pick. That really is the best thing I've ever heard.
Hey,
my man picker's broken. God, please help.
No, I kissed a lot of frogs before I found my prince.
Aw. But it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. And I have met James, and he is a wonderful man, full of integrity, loving, responsible, loves you so much. And I have nothing but hope for you for, a very long, happy life together. And so you'll continue to thrive and spread your magic around and show all of us here that there's still hope.
We have seen 4 of our past lifetimes, and there was a lot of violence in those past lifetimes. And we believe we have been shown that we were promised that we would get to finish this lifetime peacefully and happily together. And I think we have another 20 years to go.
I know. Isn't that fabulous? That is so fabulous. That is so fabulous. Miss Lynn, thank you. As Brian would call you, the violet goddess.
Thank you,
Queen of
everybody
Hearts.
who's joined us and listened to my story going all over the place.
It's a
Dylan's
great story. It's a great story. So much fun, so much fun. And yeah, I want to thank everybody, all of our friends here, our beautiful community. We are the luckiest group alive. We really are. There is just so much love, so much compassion, so much kindness, so much support. I mean, it blows me away. And yet, like, let's take it. Let's just take it. Let's keep growing this beautiful community. We're blessed upon blessed, and will continue to be so. So I thank you, Miss Lynn, for being my guest tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And next week, Brian Lara is going to be my guest. And first, I'm going to be the guest on his show, and we're talking about the sexy shadow. And then we're talking about Brian's sexy art afterwards on my show. So it's a sexy Monday coming up 1 week from now. You don't want to miss that either. Yes. And don't forget, Friday is our astrology update with Danny Santos, astrologer and visionary healer, and my Sunday spiritual service. This Sunday is our last one until September. So please do join us for that, and hope you can catch the Next Level Soul podcast with me. I'm going to try my best to watch myself at 4:30 a.m. We'll see how I do. So
congratulations on scoring that.
Thank you.
Jennifer. Next
Thank
level
you.
Soul. Big.
I'm really excited. I'm a little bit nervous, but thank you. I so appreciate it. I also want to give lots of love to our beautiful Kelly Brickle. She is making all this happen in the background. All runs smoothly the way it does. I mean, it is a beautiful production thanks to her. And if she hadn't created this beautiful network, we might not all be connected in this very special way. So we're very, very grateful for that as well. So please, my dear friends, please, my dear friends, live well, love you well, walk with grace. Those steps will take you very, very, very far. And we will see you all very, very soon here on the Sacred Spiral Network. Much love to everybody. Have a beautiful night. Sleep with the angels.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Lynn. Bye.